Hey, Chuck, on the program today, Vicki Milazzo is here using the 10 strengths every woman has to be successful.
And Dr. Ron Rhodes answering those who question Christianity, and Brian Jones trusting God when you can't see his plan.
Don't go away. It's all happening right now on At Home Live.
Do you ever get the feeling that you could God better than God?
Oh, yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really. Don't we just say, you know, if I was in charge, I would this. And if I was in charge, I would never do this. And we get the impression that we could God better than God. Where is God during the tough times and during the silent days and during the challenges of life? Well, Brian Jones asks those questions and provides the answer in this book called Second Guessing God, Hanging On When You Can't See His Plan. We've all been there. We've got some tough questions. Welcome to the program, Brian Jones. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me
I need
here.
to mention that you're the pastor of Christ Church of the Valley in Philadelphia.
In the suburbs of Philadelphia.
Yep.
Good deal. The heart, the home. This is of brotherly love, right?
The home of brotherly
If
love.
you can't make a church work in Philly, of brotherly love, we're hurting here.
There you go.
Hey, as I understand it, reading a little bit about you, and you start the book off with, I went to seminary and almost lost my faith. Now, most of us don't think that that's going to happen. What was the deal there?
You know, I went to seminary thinking it was going to be the pinnacle of my spiritual experience, getting ready to be a pastor. I became a Christian when I was 18. I dreamed about this my whole life, and suddenly, 1 year before I'm graduating, I lost my faith in God. A lot of different circumstances, some professors who were pretty gleeful about their doubts.
Who broke up with you?
Come on. No, it wasn't my wife. She was great during this problem. You know, but about 6 months, 6 months through seminary, I didn't believe in God anymore. I didn't go to church on Christmas because I didn't believe in virgin birth. I didn't go to church on Easter because I didn't believe in the resurrection anymore. And you know, at that point, it was too late to send out the law school applications. I was in trouble, and the only thing I knew to do was to call an old professor of mine from undergraduate school. I called him up. I said, Dr. Pattison, Dr. Stephen Pattison, what would you do if you were me? I feel like I'm at the Jersey Shore, and I have my shoes off, and I'm standing on the edge of the water, and the water's coming over my feet, and the last 8 years have been wonderful preparing to be a pastor. I'm excited. I wanted to get out there and change people's lives and have God use me. But now in the last year, it feels like the water is going back out to the ocean. If you've ever been to the shore, you know you're standing there with your feet right on the sand. As the water is going back out into the ocean, you sink deeper and deeper and deeper. And he told me over the phone, he said, Brian, I've been to the water's edge. I've had all the sand be wiped back out into the ocean, but I'm telling you right now, and you're just going to have to believe in my faith right now, that when that last grain of sand is gone, you're going to be standing on a rock. And that one statement enabled me to turn the corner. And it took a while. It took a while to get my faith back. But I rediscovered what the Bible calls hope, an anchor for the soul, firm and secure.
And you know what's really neat, Brian, as you talk about that, is that was one of those moments in your life that here it is 10 years, 20, 30 years later, and it's still true. It's an experience that you take with you for the rest of your life. I know what it is to doubt, and I know what it is to find the anchor.
Absolutely, and a lot of people ask, do you wish that hadn't happened? And I say, no, it was one of the most pivotal spiritual experiences of my life. No one can shake my faith at this point. I have been through the fire, and you know, you always lean on people that are like that. The older saint that's in the church that has gone through just terrible tragedy, and you wonder, why are people attracted to this person? It's nothing that they did. It's what God put them through. And they come out on the other side, and people find something in them, some kind of strength and direction that can get them through any kind of darkness.
What do we struggle with most? What are the things that cause us to stumble in our faith?
You know, just from my personal experience and my experience as a pastor, I usually find that people struggle because, one, of just a general sense of disappointment. That extra 15 pounds they can't lose, that dead-end job, God hasn't brought that perfect person to them. And so there's you know, Woody Allen in the 70s wrote a movie, wrote a script, directed it, and starred in a movie called Love and Death. And he said, the important thing, I think, is if there turns out there actually is a God, is not to be disappointed, because the worst you can say about him is that he's an underachiever. And there are a lot of people out there who really believe in God, but he's sort of an underachiever. Also disappointment. People are disappointed, they are broken, and then finally they're devastated. You know, they get a report back from the doctor, they have their loved one after 25 years leave them, and it just totally upends their entire world.